Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I talk about the fantasy, romance, and romantasy books that I'm currently reading, because when it boils down to it, I am simply a girl that has never once shut up about the books that I am reading. Today I wanted to talk to everyone about my ONYX STORM predictions. The third book in the Empyrean series is coming out in just a couple of days. No, I have not done my Fourth Wing and Iron Flame reread, but I'm going to talk to you about my theories anyway. Just jump right in, shall we? So let's start off with the big one. What the fuck is Violet's second signet? I really feel like it's going to be something to do with her mind of a scribe. She's like, it's constantly said she has the mind of the scribe but a heart of a writer. She has her signet that has to do with her heart of a writer, so it makes sense to me that her second one would have to do with her mind of a scribe. I also have heard that Rebecca Yarros has said we will be underwhelmed by her second signet. I have yet to see that. I've only seen people say that that was said. If that's the case, I really feel like her second signet is going to be like truth-telling or truth-saying or something like that, because she just needs to know information, right? She always needs to know what's going on. So I've seen some people say that they think that might mean that she is an intrinsic of some sort. I really don't think so. We've been there and done that with Xaden. So I really feel like it's going to be something to do with finding out the truth, knowing when someone is lying, something like that. Even if it's not truth related, it's going to have to do with her mind of a scribe. If I find out it's not that, I'm still not convinced. She's going to have a third signet that has to do with the truth or intelligence or information of some sort. I will not be convinced otherwise. Now for one that I really hope I'm wrong about, but I really don't think Tairn is making it out of this book. I know, I'm sorry. If he does, he's going to be hurt really bad. I really feel like that's what's going to happen. If not this book, then in book 4. But I could really see the plot twist at the end of book 3 being his death or major injury. That said, I don't think Violet will ride Andarna in this one. 4? Yes. In ONYX STORM though? No, not yet. I really don't think so. This prediction isn't just for ONYX STORM. It's kind of like an overarching series prediction that I have. I really think we're going to see Wyvern that have like flames that correspond to the color of every dragon that we have. At least the 6. Maybe not Andarna's den, but at least the other 6 colors. Because we've seen 3 so far, right? Again, this is off the top of my head. I did not look this up, but I know we've seen red. And then I also believe we've seen blue and black. Could be wrong. I know red for a fact though. So I really do think we're going to see wyverns that also have brown, orange, and green flames, because they're not really fire, right? So yeah, not necessarily by the end of ONYX STORM, but by the end of the series, we're seeing that. We're meeting Xaden's mom. Or we will at least learn about who she was. Because if we don't meet her, she's dead. That, again, I will not be convinced otherwise. We meet her, or she's dead. And one theory that the fantasy fangirls have had is that we're going to the Isle Kingdoms. I also believe this. I think she's there. And I think she is hiding there from Fen Ryerson and now the Eurasian government. Speaking of meeting parents, I'm pretty sure we have already met Violet's dad. Not in person, because he's dead. Rebecca Yarros has confirmed that. But I think we've met him, and I think he's the author of one of the like books quoted in the epigraphs. I don't know which one, but I'm pretty sure he's one of them. Because you would never convince me that Lilith Sorengale took a man's last name. Are you kidding me? She worked hard to get where she is in the military with the name Sorengale. She didn't change her name. Dad did. Speaking of him, he for sure knew Andarna, right? He was doing research on Feathertails right around the time that she would have hatched. They knew each other. They had to have. Speaking of his research, Violet's finally going to use her brain, the brilliant fucking woman she is, and get his research. Why hasn't she done that yet? We're finally going to get his research. At least some of it. We have to. Speaking of his research, I don't think he has the cure to venenism. That's a popular theory that I've seen. I don't think that's the case. Why would he? As far as we know, he wasn't researching anything to do with the venin. So it doesn't make sense to me that he would have found the cure. If he did find the cure, he has no idea that he did. Like, he might have written something in the well, this is what I get for doing that off the top of my head, but the book of like fairy tales that Violet has, if he has the cure to it, it's in there, and he wrote something in it. But he did not find the cure, though. Andarna's den. They don't exist. She's the only one. I don't know if that's all because they all died, or if there are some eggs that need to be hatched. But she is the only one of her den. And maybe it will be a plot point in like end of book 3, early book 4, where they have to go on a quest to figure out how to hatch those eggs. But right now, I'm sure she's the only one of her kind. This one isn't so much a like specifically ONYX STORM theory, but I really think the like recovered correspondence that everyone is freaking out about in Iron Flame, I really don't think that's anything to be that concerned about. It could just mean that this correspondence, this letter was lost, and hey, now we found it. It's recovered that way. I don't know why, but I really think Naolin is dead. I don't think he turned Venin from like pulling from the source to save Brennan. I think he is just dead. I think he burned himself out saving Brennan, his lover's life. Speaking of saving Brennan's life, I think Mira's gonna die from doing just that. Again, maybe not this book. I think it could be, though. But at some point in the series, Mira's dying from saving Brennan. Speaking of Sorrengail's siblings, I've seen a lot of people say that they think Brennan might be evil or just not on the side of the revolution. No, he's a good guy. Fully on the revolution side. I don't see him turning Venin. I don't think. Maybe, but I don't think so. Mira, though? I don't trust that bitch. Where was she during the battle? It is like specifically noted that she's missing, so where was she? I don't trust her at all. So I don't think she's going to specifically be working for or with the Venin, but something's gonna happen, or we will find out that something happened to where she is not fully with the resistance or the revolution, and she is still on the side of Orisha. This one might be a little unpopular, but I really don't think that there are any members of the Orishan military or government that are high up that are Venin. I don't think there's any. And I think a small number are working with the Venin. I don't think it's nearly as many as the fandom thinks. It just doesn't make sense to me that any of them would be Venin. They are public figures. They would be seen looking Venin, and the Venin aren't supposed to exist. None of them are Venin. Working with them, though? There's definitely some working with them, but it's only going to be a handful, a very select few, and they're working with the Venin in order to learn about them to try and cure Veninism. However, that's going to burn the humans. So, my cat wants in. But working with the Venin is going to really, really, really screw over the humans. Another prediction that I've seen like little rumblings about, but I have a visceral reaction to it, is that Violet's mom and Dain's dad were romantic. Absolutely not. You're gonna tell me that Violet's mom saw her daughter crushing on her lover's son? No. No. If there was anything romantic between them, it was one-sided, and it was Dain's dad crushing on Violet's mom. There was nothing with the two of them. Ever. I'm so sorry, but I really think Xaden is still going to be Venin by the end of the book. I do not see them coming up with a cure that fast and also distributing it. Even though Xaden is a very powerful writer, that he would be one of the top priorities to get healed or fixed from being Venin. It's not happening in this book. And then this one isn't a theory. I just want it thrown out there into the ether. I love Kat. She is such an interesting character, and I was not mad when I saw that she and Violet fought the same because they were both trained by Xaden. Obviously, he's going to train his girl. He's going to make sure that she can take care of herself no matter who she is. I like Kat. She's a good character. She's a bad person, but a good character. And that matters to me. Anyway, we shall see in just a couple of days how many, if any of these were correct. I cannot wait. The second I am done editing this video, I am starting my reread, and